Today, we're going to be talking about Penn State's biggest failure and what I call the curse of megaludis. Let's get into the video. So first off, as you guys know, Penn State has been pretty weak at 125 pounds for the later half of this decade. They only had one NCAA champion within this 7-8 year stretch, and it was Nico Megaludis. Megaludis was a 3-time finalist, and he won in his senior year, and he took down guys like Thomas Gilman and other notable wrestlers to win. But after his win in the NCAA finals, that's when Penn State's 125-pound wrestlers started to struggle. After Nico Megaludis won, Nick Soriano would be the starter as a true freshman for Penn State at 125 pounds, and he was actually pretty good for Penn State. He was 16-3. He had wins over guys like Ethan Lezak and Darian Cruz, who was last year's NCAA champion at the time, and he was ranked number 3 going into the NCAA championship, and he had a 16-3 record. But in the last duel against Oklahoma State, he got injured, rolled his ankle somehow, and then ended up medical forfeiting out of the NCAA tournament. And then the year after that, he transferred. So Penn State's best 125-pounder at the time was gone. In 2018, to fill the void left behind by Nick Soriano, Penn State turned to Carson Kuhn, a senior at the time, and he was not the best 125-pounder, but he definitely wasn't the worst that Penn State would have. He finished his season with a decent record, was ranked number 34, and ended up getting 3rd at the Big Ten championship, but then he did not compete in the NCAA championship. Well, he wasn't that bad of a wrestler for Penn State, but he definitely wasn't as great as Nick Soriano or Nico Megaludis.
Now going to readjust.
He'll get it right there.
Slap of the mat. Another pin.
The year after that, Penn State lost Carson Kuhn because he was a senior, and they had to start Devin Schnapp, who was the practice squad wrestler behind Nick Soriano and behind Carson Kuhn last season. So as you can imagine, he didn't have the greatest season either. He went 6-17 and finished with 108 ranking. So definitely wasn't the best, but the big hope for Penn State was at least they had a solid freshman wrestler in Brody Teske, who redshirted that year and went 6-2. So at this point, things were looking up for the 125-pounders at Penn State. Then in 2020, Brody Teske was the starter for the first half of the season. He had a decent record and was ranked in the top 40. However, later, Penn State decided to go with Brandon Meredith, and he had a 14-16 record and got the number 75 rank at 125 pounds. But he was not able to All-American at the NCAA championships or place at the Big Tens, so he was not able to qualify the weight for Penn State at 125 pounds. In 2021, Penn State decided to go with Robert Howard as their starter, as Brody Teske would transfer to Central Michigan, and then Brandon Meredith, they decided he was just not fit to compete as a starter. So Robert Howard actually did pretty good his true freshman season. He was a state champion in New Jersey, and he went 7-6 as a freshman, earned a top 20 ranking, and was one match away from placing and being an All-American. In 2023, Drew Hildebrandt would graduate, and Penn State would once again have a hole at 125 pounds, and this year they would fill it with Gary Steen. Steen is a redshirt freshman, and so far, he's had a pretty rough season. He's ranked number 85, he's had a 6-12 record, he's had a few flashes of greatness here and there, but definitely has not lived up to the hype that a lot of Penn State fans had for him coming in. But yeah, that's basically what's been happening at 125 pounds for Penn State in the last decade. Megaludis, they haven't found much success, and it's crazy that guys like Nick Soriano have found success outside of Penn State. But yeah, that's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe for more content like this. Peace.